Good morning, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about some woo-woo stuff. I don't usually talk about this stuff, but this is something that I've learned through my spiritual journey, and it's been kind of fun learning about the chakras. If you've ever heard of them, I did not know anything about them, and then through my spiritual journey, I learned. So I want to teach you guys. I want to let you know how many they are. And there is more than seven, but I'm going to talk about just the seven right now. So, first of all, I want to welcome you back to my podcast. I think I'm just doing this today on YouTube. My name's Suzette Tenney. My podcast is Beautiful Souls, and I love talking about spirituality. I had a spiritual awakening, so it's like all these good things have happened to me, and I just want to tell people about it because it brings so much happiness to me. And I want to do that for you too. So, another thing, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Happy Heavenly Father's Day to all the fathers. I love you all. Thank you so much. We wouldn't be here without you. So, anyway, I wanted to talk about our chakras. And we have 7 chakras. Well, usually we start from the root chakra. I'm going to start from the crown chakra. And this little guy over here he'll show about the 3rd chakra. But right now, I do have some notes because I wrote some stuff down. I thought it was very important to tell everyone, because this is something new that I've been teaching, not something new I've known for a long time. But I wanted to make sure that I got everything down. So our crown chakra is up above our head. And chakras are just little energy centers in our body that connect to different things. So first of all is our crown chakra. It connects to our God self, God, the divine, Buddha, whoever you call your person you pray to, or God. So the crown chakra is at the top of your head, a little bit above, and you'll know it, but because you'll be really clear about what you want in your life. So if it's open and spinning and it's all working good, you're very clear on what you want. You can write it down and you can just do it without any worries. Even if somebody says something to you like, oh no, that's not going to work out, just say, no, I know it is, because you are connected to God, to God's source, and God is leading you. If you're in the crown chakra, God is leading you. If you feel the oneness with God, God is leading you. I am being led, not all the time. We get out of it, and I'll let you know about that. But right now, I'm telling you about what's blocking you. So if you're not clear on your decisions, if you're back and forth, wishy-washy, if you're not clear about what you want in your life, you're like, oh, I want to move to Florida, I want to move to Texas, I don't know what I want, then you're not connected to God, because God always knows the direction, and God will take you where you want to go. You just have to listen. That's when I say the meditation, sit, listen, connect to your God self, actually connect. Sometimes I put my hands up like that. I'm always quiet, like Christians always pray. It's like a praying, except you actually feel the oneness. I've actually felt the oneness. So, but you'd have clear decisions in your life. Now, if you don't, it's blocked. But if you do, and you know what you're doing, you know what you're going for, and then it's open, it's wide open, and you can ask the universe anything, and it will guide you right to it. Okay. Now, the third eye center is what this little guy has right here. That's why I put him up there. He's a reminder to me of your imagination. You imagine your nation. So like me, I get up every morning, I'm happy. I'm like, oh my God, everything's going to go so good today. And it does, because I imagine it does. I assume it does. And it all does. Because in the third eye chakra, well, all the chakras, but this one is like attracts like. So if you put out, I love, I see love, then love comes back to see you. I'm so kind. This is the best day ever. Best day ever. So it's almost like you're putting your imagination out to God and say, bring me the best day ever. So I wrote down, if you are blocked, you're feeling negative energy. Now, here's another thing I want to tell you. I feel I'm blocked at all these at some point in my life, all of them. So that's why I want to teach you this, because you can unblock them and get the things that you want in your life. Now, not everything is like, one might be blocked and the other one be open. It's called open up your chakras or get into alignment. So your third eye, if it's blocked, you're collecting negative energy. You're actually believing the energy that you're receiving. Like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad today. When you really don't. It's where you're at. And if you carry that around with you and not be able to shake it off, then you're not in your imagination. Your imagination is imagining your nation. I am abundant. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am happy. You imagine it. I know it sounds woo-woo to some of you. This is amazing. I practice this all the time. And do I seem different to other people? Absolutely. But I live a better, calmer, abundant life. It's just the truth. Okay, so that is your imagination. Remember, your imagination and your crown is connected to oneness, God, source. Okay, your throat chakra. This is a good one. This one's a hard one for me. Was a hard one. It's not now. When your throat chakra, right here. Oh, and I do want to say, if it's blocked, you will not be able to say no. Mom, can you do this? Or they'll say, can you do this for me? Yes. Can you do this for me? Yes. Can you do this for me? Yes. Now, you're a people pleaser. You're not speaking your truth. You're not saying, no, I cannot. No, I'm going to take the day off. No, I need some rest. You're not speaking your truth. So you're just doing, let me read on this. You can't say no. You can't say no. And here's the thing. We're always used to, when we were younger, you do everything and you please everybody. But how many times have you felt resentment and anger because you've not wanted to do it, but you felt obligated? Well, we don't live like that anymore. We live in a world where it's okay to say no and it's okay to take care of ourselves, right? So, but you have to have you can't block what you're saying, what you're speaking. And here's the thing. You can say, no, I can't do it today, or no, I can't do it right now, but I can in an hour or tomorrow. Because I remember one time we were in, me and my husband were in a grocery store, and his mother called and said, can you come here right now? Well, we were in a different town. Like, we went shopping out of a town. And she says, oh my God, hung up. That's craziness. Like, we couldn't even get there. And all it was is like a leak or something. But what I'm saying is he was like, let's go right now. And I'm like, no, you said no. We're at the grocery store out of town, because that was a people pleasing. I have to do everything I have to do. She's going to hate me. Nobody's going to hate you. It's your mother. You're 30 minutes away. We'll be back and we'll go. And the reason I'm saying this as example is we're saying yes to people and things that we don't actually want to, because we were going to Lowe's after that. And believe me, he wanted to go. Don't all men. That's a good Father's Day thing. But you have to be able to speak your truth. Your truth is, I don't want to right now. I'm going to take the day off and rest. Sorry, you guys, I got a new shirt. I'm going to speak my truth, if you like it or not. I'm not meaning to hurt you. This is just how I feel. I get a lot of that. Like, well, I get a lot of pushback about how I feel about spirituality, how I feel about the thing just happened 2 years ago. I get a lot of pushback about that because I don't believe in some of this stuff, and I just have my own beliefs, and people, get upset about it. But they're not upset because of me. They're upset because they want you to believe what they're believing, and you don't, and you stand in your truth. Now, I didn't always do this. I used to just say, oh, I'll believe what you want, and I'll believe what you want. No, believe and speak your truth, no matter who it hurts. And you're not meaning to, don't say things to hurt people, like cuss them out. I'm talking about, I believe that religion is this. I believe that politics is this, and stick with it. And if they say, well, that's not true, say, well, that's not true for you. This is my truth. Speak my truth. Okay. I love that one. Ooh, that one was a really good one for me because I got to do that and I felt free. Like, I can speak my truth regardless of what you think. And this is amazing. And they do get angry, but it's your truth. They're not inside your body. They can't, do anything. Okay. So the heart chakra. Ooh, 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 ooh. Now, I'll tell you what, this is a hard one too. And the reason why is because we protect our heart. So say we fell in love and we got hurt. So now we're blocked. I've done it. Like, I wasn't attracting love at all because I was like, I'm not doing this ever again. No. But we have to open our hearts to love. We have to open our hearts to love people, places, things. You know what? If you fall in love, you're going to get hurt. You are. There's no time in your life that you're not going to have a relationship. Nobody's going to argue. And you're not going to get your feelings hurt. You are. And here's another thing about that part. Open up your heart and just feel them. If you feel, here's another thing for you. If you feel abandoned, say somebody didn't call you and you feel abandoned, it's not that person, it's you. So you feel abandoned because you gave this person not calling you a meaning of abandonment. You gave it the meaning. It could have been they're late, their tire blew. It's all kinds of things. We give the meaning. We create our reality. We create our reality. I know a lot of people don't believe that, but this is why I'm wanting to teach you the chakras, because you can create your own reality and you don't have to live in everybody else's reality. You can live in yours. But one of the things about the heart is we need to open the heart. And it's hard because you don't want to get hurt, but you want to get hurt. You want to be able to feel. You want to be able to feel how to be hurt and be okay. Because in life, you get hurt. But you still want to be able to have that. If you get hurt by your husband and then you divorce, you want to be able to open your heart again and again and again for your children. Some people get divorced and close down their children, their family, their dog. I mean, that's how people do. It's a closed heart. Open your heart for everything. Love is sometimes hurting. Love is when people die that we love. That's hurting. But it's love. And we have to feel it. We should be able to feel it. All right. So to keep this open is just to love everything. Love nature. I mean, start small if you have to, because I know you've been hurt, and forgiveness for the people that has wronged you, and forgiveness for yourself. We always forget to forgive ourselves. Well, I'll forget Tom and he'll never do it again. And then when Tom does it again, you get mad at yourself because you should have left him the first time, right? So now you're mad at yourself. You need to forgive yourself. I know some of this stuff is hard, but it totally works. My life has changed because of this. Okay, now we have the solar plexus, which is right under your breast, right on sometimes I have a knot right there. It's right in between your ribs. Okay, your solar plexus is your power center. So this is where you create. This is where you do like me, I would be making these videos. I'd be painting. I love to paint furniture. I love to paint houses. I love to go yard selling. I love to sell on eBay. I bought something for $9 this week and sold it for $170. Boom. I love creation. So I created all that money from this small thing. I created a dresser. I'll sand it down and paint it teal and I'll sell it for $300. I've done this creation. So we have to be in balance with that. So many people will get involved in their lives and they'll say, well, I have to work and I have to sleep and I have to eat and I have the kids. What do you have in your life that you love? It could be garden, guitar, painting, reading, walking, swimming. It could be anything. It's anything that is just your personal creation, your personal power, and bring that out into your life. And I'll tell you what, your heart, your throat, all this stuff will open up because you'll be able to speak your truth about it. And you'll love it so much. You'll love what you're doing. You'll speak about it. You'll imagine yourself doing it. And that'll connect you with God, because God wants you to do anything that makes you happy. So what is your hobby? Make it your hobby. If you can make it your job, do that, because that would be even more fun all day long, right? So what do you like to do? And it brings the power. It makes you feel like you have power. Like when I took the dresser and I painted it and sanded it down and painted it, and took hours to do it, and I sold it for, I think I bought it for 10, sold it for 300. I felt like, man, I'm in my power. I can do this. Now, I wasn't going to do furniture all the time, but I loved to do it. It was something that made me feel creative. The time was gone. Like there was no time. I didn't know. It might've been 3 hours. You're like, where's the time going? It's because you love it. So find something that you love and get in your power and create that, because it's a creation. Okay. So, and that's your solar plexus. Now we're going to, I'm flipping this over, you guys. Sacral chakra. Oh my gosh. I think I messed up. That is created. Well, it says this is the sacral chakra. The solar plex is the power. The sacral chakra is your sexual energy. Now, you need your sexual energy to bring out creation. They all work together, you guys. They all work together in alignment. So you need your sexual energy, like you need your sexual energy to make a baby. And then that brings you into your power, right? Which is your power center of it. And then it's your heart. And then you'll speak your truth. Absolutely. If it's your child. And when you're pregnant, you imagine like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so wonderful. So look at that. It all leads together. I know some people's not going to understand the whole chakra thing, but it is amazing. It'll change your life. So the sacral chakra is creation, and it's your sexual energy, and it's also your patterns. I was looking this up and I thought, what is that? It's the patterns that you see in your life. So I've talked about this a lot, about shadow work. So what patterns do you see in your life that you keep repeating? So I keep repeating the same boyfriend, a different head. I keep repeating the same job. I can never make any more money. It's this. We have to unblock it. Now, we have one more, and it's the root chakra. It's right underneath it's in your seat. So it's, for women, it's under and for men, it's under whatever. But it's right in the middle, and it is the foundation. Now, the foundation, like you have a house and you want good foundation before you put the house on, because it'll be wobbly. So your root is how you feel in your balance. How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel sad? Do you feel like, oh yeah, I can do this? Or do you feel like, oh no, I can't do anything. This life is, I can't do this anymore. You have to get into balance with your foundation. I'm good. I can do this no matter what. I've got this. Can I be sad? Yes. Can I be glad? Yes. You want to feel all the feelings, you guys, all the feelings. I felt something the other day And I like went in my room and I was like, I'm just going to sit here and feel this. I felt so sad. I felt stupid. I felt ugly. This is what I felt. And I just felt it, because when you feel it, it just goes away. Yeah, I felt ugly. I felt stupid. And then you can ask yourself the questions. Is that true? Are you stupid? No. Are you ugly? No. Are you? And then if you say yes, then why do you feel that way? Ask yourself the questions. And that's your foundation. You have to be on a stable foundation to get all these alignment, to create and manifest what you want. You can't say, oh, I want this wonderful man, but I'm too ugly to have one. I want this, just the hottest man in the world. I'm just going to use a man, the hottest man, and he's just going to be this and he's going to be that and that. But you can't have one if your heart's closed and you're like, no, Johnny hurt me. I'm not opening my heart for you. You can't have that. So you have to get a foundation, and then you have to get creative, and then you got to step into your power. Like, I can do this. Open your heart, speak your truth, imagine what you want. You imagine your nation and give it to God, and God will bring it to you. At this point in my life, God brings me stuff. I don't like go out and try to get it. I'll say, God, I want a candle. And literally somebody will bring me a candle. Or I'll run into somebody else, say, hey, you want to go here? We'll get a candle. I mean, we never know how it goes, but it always just does. So now I'm going to tell you how you clear this stuff up. And the first thing that you want to do is clear up your environment. Environment is number one. If you are in a bad, toxic environment, you are not attracting anything but toxic people, toxic places, toxic things, toxic money, anything toxic. Sorry. So you have to worry about your environment. I just had this experience. I've learned it so much. I've even right now I'm in between houses and I'm living with people. Not good energy for me. When I live by myself, it's amazing energy. Do I have to be around people? Yes, but I can come home and be in my own energy, and I can create. I can't wait till get in my house next Thursday, because I will be creating probably things that I couldn't even imagine. Because here's whenever you imagine, God says, let me give you something better. Let me give you something better than, because we're human beings and we imagine stuff like, oh, I would really like this cup, when God's like, I was going to give you a big cup. So that's when you need to just step out of your way and imagine what you want and then give it to God. What do you imagine, God? What are you bringing me? So environment, make sure you have a good environment, or at least make sure you have a place where you can go and bring yourself to a better environment. All right. The next thing that will block you is traumas that you had as a child, traumas that you have right now. If you're in a bad environment and there's yelling and screaming and stuff, block. You'll shut your heart down. You'll shut your throat down. Your third eye's not going to imagine anything but running because you're trying to get the hell out. And you can connect with God, but when you're in that desperate space, the only thing you're trying to connect with is, oh God, please help me. You need to create your reality. God, I know we've got this. We can do this business. We can do this book. We can do my new job, whatever, because we create. And we create. So look at your environment. Look in your environment. Ask yourself, am I in a good environment? Ask yourself, is there anything that I had as a trauma as an adult or as a child that is holding me back from doing what I want right now? I've been there. I do that all the time. Journal. I love to journal because it gets out of my body. And I believe that's one of the things we're going to talk about, getting it out of your body. Yes. So feel the way it feels. You want to feel, I feel sad. I feel good. I feel glad. I feel abundant. I feel negative. I feel all the things, and feel them through your body. Because if you don't let it feel, you're going to keep it there. It's going to block your vibe. It's going to block your manifestation. You have to let it go. Anything, any feeling that we have usually disappears in about 60 to 90 seconds if you just allow it to be. So like, oh my God, I feel ugly. Just let it be there. Like, oh my God, I'm ugly. I feel ugly. Just let it be there. Like, don't try to go, oh no, yeah. You know, our best friend would be like, oh no, you're not. They are, you know. No, just feel it. Just feel it. Just feel it. We all feel ugly at some point. We all feel stupid at some point. But if we just feel it and don't let it get in our chakras, it will not mess up our alignment, so we can create what we really want. So another thing that can block it is generational curses. Now, I know that sounds like, oh my God, that sounds crazy, but all it is patterns from our family for generations, like alcoholism, abuse, people not graduating, people not making any money. That's why I'm here talking to you today. One of the reasons I'm here is to change the patterns in my family, and you can too. So I don't want to say I only make $20,000 a year. I only date this kind of narcissist. I said no to all that, and I'm not doing that. I'm changing it for my family. And once you change it, it will trickle down for your grandkids, your kids, and all. Since I've been doing my spiritual work, my kids have changed, my grandkids have changed, my mom's changed. People have changed, but we want to keep this going so it will help my grandkids' children and their children's children. You know, this is what we want. We want to live a life of, we're allowed to have what we want, be who we want, but the generational curses will mess you up. So if you keep getting the bad job, figure out why. If you keep only being able to make $20,000 a year, find out why. If you keep getting in a bad relationship with a narcissist, find out why. It's not going to, don't try to change the narcissist or the job, or change you. Once you change, everything comes. It's all about us. It's our chakras. It's our alignment. It's our manifestation, not anybody else's. So that's a big thing that can change, because look at your family. Like my family is all entrepreneurs. My dad was, I have became one. My grandparents, both of them, all their lives. So they had created their own jobs. That's what I do. I create my own jobs. And then there's my family, or not my family, my friends, like their parents worked a job all their life. And then they've worked a job all their life, and their sisters and their brothers. And that's what they do. It's a pattern. We can change it. You can go from working a full-time job to being an entrepreneur. It's your choice. And you can change the patterns of your bad relationships. It's your choice. Let's get in alignment. Let's work together, and you can make this happen. It's amazing. All right. So the next thing is to get out in nature, because you want to clear up your energy. So for me, it's get out in nature, hug your dog, get around, funny movies or something that makes you laugh. That dancing, like whoo-hoo. Music, if you love music, that gets you out. That clears all this up. And moving, exercise. Exercise will move the energy out, because we don't realize how much energy we have in our bodies every day. And if we go to bed feeling, really heavy, and I do, and it's like, I haven't got all this energy out, I will literally get up and start doing like Tai Chi or jumping up and down to get some of this energy out of my body. Because if we don't, we'll lay down and we'll think about all these things that we have to do that we're not going to do anyway tonight. We have to get some rest, but we never get rest, because all it is energy. It just wants to flow out of your body. That's a good thing to know. So get around music, get around, if you like to play guitar, whatever you love to do, that's back to your power center or your sacral. What do you like to do? Do that. Do that. I'm saying every day. Some people say, oh, I don't have time, but you do. If you could take 5 minutes to just do what you love every day, which I take way more than that, but it makes you just feel different. It makes your whole body just feel different. All right. So let people speak their truth, and you speak your truth. So when somebody says, well, I don't like that, what you do, and say, oh, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. And let it be okay. Because most people will say, well, I don't like what you're doing, so you need to change, because if you don't change, I'm going to feel, I'm not going to feel good. Well, I don't have nothing to do with me. They believe it does. No, it does not. We create our own reality. So if my mom calls and then she hangs up on me and says, I got to go. I got to talk to somebody else. And now I'm feeling abandonment. I said I felt abandoned. She didn't do that. She just said, I'm got to go. She might have an emergency. But I'm saying to myself, well, she's abandoning me. And that's what we do. And here's the thing. We give the meaning to the situation. So we can ungive the meaning to the situation. Okay, mom's got to go. Here's the best thing that I learned about changing my meanings. So we're in a car and somebody's flying by and we're like, you son of a gun, da, 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 da. And this is what I say. Oh my gosh, they must have to go to the hospital. Somebody's got hurt. Somebody's got, they have to get to somebody really quick in their family. It changes like that. Now I'm not pissed off. I'm like, here, let me go with you. Let me hurry up and get you there, because we give the meaning. We could give the meaning like, oh, we're going to flip them off, or man, they're in a rush. Maybe something's bad happened in their family or some kind of an emergency and they need to get there. See how the meaning just changed? That's how simple it is. You give the meaning to everything that happens to you in your life. It's your choice. You create it. Yeah. Even when you were children, we didn't know, me either. I didn't know, like when I felt abandonment from my mom or my dad, or I didn't feel good enough. That was a belief I took on myself. So somebody said, oh, look at you, you're ugly. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm ugly. I don't feel good enough. Was that true? No. If I say it is, but I could say, no, maybe they're just having a bad day. Maybe they're not feeling, good today. And they're just taking it out on me. So now I'm not going to take that belief on. We don't have to take on what people say. We give it the meaning. We could say, oh, well, you think I'm gorgeous? Yeah. Thank you. Have a good day. I mean, literally, you can give it that meaning. I know it's the opposite, but you can. All right. So you have to not take on other people's beliefs. You have to take on your own. That's the only way you're going to speak your truth. You're only going to speak your truth. Like during some time when we were having this thing going on a couple years ago, I was like, I do not believe it. And I said to that, and everything was fine the whole time, and I never had a problem. And still to this day, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. It's because I believed it. I believed it in my soul. So you have to believe it in your soul. Okay, look inside and ask yourself the questions. And that's what I was just talking about. Ask if somebody says something to you or some situation happens to you, ask if this is even true the way you're feeling. Well, I didn't get the job. I went there and I did everything and they didn't hire me. Oh, now I'm stupid. Now, is that true? No, it's not. It's you didn't get the job because probably God has something better for you. And ask yourself why you're feeling like you're not good enough. Maybe you're getting a better job. We've got to change our reality with our thinking. And that's how to align all of these chakras so you can manifest what you want. The way I manifest stuff is I'll say, I'm going to Florida. I did this. The first time I went to Florida, I said, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to the park. I'd act like I'm in Florida on the beach. One day, somebody called me, gave me a job, and I went to Florida, and everybody was like, she's really going to Florida. Yes. You have to keep believing it. You have to kind of be an illusion, like, yeah, going to Florida. I'm in Florida. And then it manifests if you clear out and get in alignment. If you have blocks, like I literally believed it in my heart and soul that I was going, and that's what happened. But you have to get everything that's blocking you from getting your manifestation, you have to get it out of your body. All right. So start cleaning up your thoughts. And that's, you have to start cleaning up your thoughts. Exercise, attract. Okay. So once you clean up all of this and understand that you create your own reality, you get unblocked, you become an example for other people. You become you attract good people, nice people, loving people. So you will attract people that have imaginations. You will attract people that's in God's energy. You will attract people that speak their truth. You will attract open heart people. You will attract people in their power. You will attract people that are creative, and you will attract people that have a firm foundation in their life. They know what they're going to do, and they want to go get it. And they do it. Now, I have not been there. I have been off and off and off and off, but I do all these things. I practice this stuff every day. The meditation, the outside, the I feel unworthy, journaling. I do all the things to stay in alignment most of the time. Can I get out of alignment? Yeah, almost every day you can. But if you stay in your good energy and you know the tools that I'm giving you, the tools, journaling, asking yourself questions, how do you feel? Telling people how you really feel. No, I don't want to do that. Or no, I don't believe that. And then you'll be in alignment with your own true God self. And then anything you want, you can have anything you want. It has to come to you. God says, I love you and I want to give you all. But you have to believe, and you have to get rid of the things that say, if somebody says, well, you're going to go win $1 million today on a lottery ticket, go buy a lottery ticket. You're going to go, no, I'm not, because you don't believe it. But if you believed it like 100%, you would do it. You would go, you'd be like, oh yeah, okay, that person told me, I'm doing it. And the universe would bring it to you because you truly believed it in your heart. I know that's kind of out there, but I believe that I would never get sick. I would never get sick for years. And I haven't been sick, I don't know, 10 years, maybe more. Ever since since I've left my relationship, I haven't really been sick, other than to clear out my chakras. Because you do kind of, once you start moving energy and moving out all these beliefs, you kind of feel sick because these emotions have been sitting in your body for 50 years. Mine has. So that's what I wanted to say. I have been doing this for 14 years. That's what I wrote down. I've been doing this for 14 years. I have not stopped for 14 years. I am trying to get to the next better self, myself, every single day. I'm not going to say year, every single day. I try to get better and better and better. And not everybody's going to believe you. Not everybody's going to trust you. But you do. You trust. You imagine your nation. You connect to God. When the Christian people, when they go pray, you don't go in there and say, well, you're not going to get that prayer. You're going to be like, yeah, we're praying for you. We're praying with you. Same thing. I imagine what I will receive. Thank you, Jesus, for it. God, Buddha, whoever you want to say. I call it God. And make sure you're in alignment. Your heart's open. You're speaking your truth. You can imagine it in your eyes. I can imagine me living in Florida like I did. you take your power back and you go do it. What's the steps you have to do to get there? It's just not going to come to your bedroom and say, oh, you're moving to Florida. I had to make steps. I had to start moving. I had to not moving. I started packing. I started putting myself out there, what I wanted to do at work. And once you get in alignment, it will come like that. It's like magic. It's like magic, you guys. It's so much fun too, because once you get a hang of it, you can be like manifesting anything you want. I can say, I need a coffee pot, and boom, it just pops up out of nowhere, literally. And it's fun to see afterwards. It's like, oh my God, that's how it happened, or this is how it's happened. But you have to be in alignment. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I know that's kind of woo-woo to people that don't know about chakras, but look it up. Message me. We can talk about it. And it all just makes sense. If you just don't even worry about the word chakra and just say, open my heart, imagine my life. What could it be? Give it to God. Make sure I have a firm foundation. And it all just works out. And believe that it can. That's the biggest thing. Believe and you will receive, right? And God said, don't get in my way, just believe and receive. All right, you guys, love you so much. Thank you for being on my podcast today, and I will talk to you soon. Love you.